Hello everyone, welcome back to Back in Diapers. Today is kind of a little reboot of a topic that I did about 2 years ago or so, and that one would be kind of dealing with your family and incontinence. And I know that the sound quality of that video was really not good. There was a bird in the background, all that. But anyway, so we're kind of rebooting that topic today. So as many of you know, my backstory with my incontinence, back in 2005 I had a surgery that I had to have my colon removed and everything, and it really affected the control level I have over my bowels. And then back in 2010 and 2011 was when I really started having bladder issues as well, and that was 11 surgeries later, and it had just killed the nerves in my bladder to the point of I no longer have feeling in my bladder. So anyway, kind of the way my family reacted throughout the years. At first, the incontinence was kind of a hush-hush thing, and my family didn't react real well to it. My dad constantly teased me about the diapers and anything like that, and it made me really upset. And a lot of times at first, my mom was always asking me, why are you wearing a diaper today? What's going on? And I'd be like, I just am having trouble controlling everything. And they kind of always wanted me to strive to the point of getting out of diapers. And then when the bladder incontinence came on, it happened really suddenly as far as the full daytime incontinence. Like I said, I was having lunch. I've said before, I was having lunch with a friend and I wet my pants without even knowing I had to go to the bathroom. And that was really the last time I ever had control of my bladder or ever felt my bladder again. And it was getting to that point before that, I would just all of a sudden have to pee and I wouldn't make it, or I'd wet the bed a lot. I started wetting the bed for probably a year before that. And, not all the time. It was mostly when I was sick and not feeling good. But, my mom kind of had the feeling of this is going to get better. There's going to be things that we can do to make the incontinence stop. And I kind of knew that at this point there was no fixing for me. There was never going to be an option to fix my incontinence. And so it became it was a very big learning process for both me and my family, especially for me and my mother. And so my mom was my biggest support through it all. She went to all the doctor's appointments, all the tests, everything. And we had one doctor, and this doctor kind of tried to do everything, like put me on medications, did timed voiding and all this stuff. And it was so frustrating because, number one, the medications were horrible for the side effects. Just had horrible side effects, and I hated it. But I kept trying because I wanted to make sure I did everything I possibly could. And then we had one test that kind of sealed the deal and just showed everybody that there was really no option at this point other than diapers. And that's kind of when my mother helped kind of turn the corner, and she started realizing that her bugging me about using the restroom and all that wasn't going to change it. That what was done was done. The damage had already been done. So, my mother was extremely supportive of me through the whole process. She still was a little funny about the diapers here and there. She really didn't like it if I would lay anywhere and be able to see my diaper or anything, but she was still really supportive of it and okay with it. And she even, she did a lot of the purchasing of my diapers at first because I was so sick I couldn't drive and things like that. So she really did support me in it in every way she could. And my mother was an amazing person, and she just she learned along with me in the process. And now she's just totally accepting of it. It's so normal for us. Diapers come up, conversation about incontinence comes up all the time. And so I'm really thankful that I do have a supportive family and that I was able to tell them what was going on, because I know many people are terrified to tell their family. And I know a lot of families don't react the same way mine did. But when you think about it, it's an actual medical condition. We are not faking this. At least most of us are not. But with incontinence, there's so many different levels of incontinence. There's, you know, just bedwetting, or there's urge incontinence, or, you know, some people only have issues certain times and other people have issues all the time. So, you know, when you look at it that way, it's, you know, it's a medical condition, just like diabetes is a medical condition, just like, you know, other things are conditions. And a lot of people don't look at it that way. A lot of people see it as something we're doing on purpose. And that's not the case. Incontinence affects anybody of any age. It's not just for old people. It's not just for kids. It's for it. Okay, not just for, I mean, it affects people of all ages. And I know that society in general sees it as a bad thing for old, and that it's only for old people, or only happens to old people. But that's where the education process comes in, and that's why I have, you know, branched out and done this channel, and why I've kind of been open about it, even in, you know, my workplace. You know, a lot of people know I'm incontinent. They know I wear diapers, because I want to educate them about the fact that incontinence affects every single age, no matter the age. It just affects everybody across the board, and it shouldn't be hush hush. But, you know, the topic today is about family, and so, you know, you don't have to be afraid to tell your family. I know a lot of people are like, my family's gonna be all weird about it and everything, and it's like, well, they may be, but at least they know. And you don't have to have an anxiety attack every time you go see your family because you're terrified they're going to see your diaper. It's just underwear. We just have underwear that is absorbent. So don't be afraid to tell them, you know. It's a medical condition, you guys. You wouldn't be afraid to tell your family that you had diabetes, or that you had cancer, or that you have, I don't know, just about anything. And so we shouldn't be afraid to educate our family on the incontinence. So we have to wear diapers. We can explain that to them. We can give them literature and kind of show them that it doesn't have to be a hush-hush taboo thing. You know, it's, as many of you see, there's a huge community for incontinence and everything, and we need to spread the word and educate people. And you start by doing that with your family. So I encourage you, if you're hiding your incontinence, try to find a way to tell your family. For me and my family, it was kind of obvious. I shared a bedroom with siblings and everything, and I'd wake up in the morning completely drenched and all that stuff. So it wasn't easy to hide for me, and I never wanted to hide it because it just would stress me out too much. I don't like hiding things. And so, yeah. But let's move on to siblings and kind of how siblings can react to it. I know personally for me, I had some siblings that really didn't react well to it, and I had other siblings that were fantastic about it. And it's pretty much a half and half type thing, because I have 4 sisters. And my oldest sister is extremely supportive. My younger sister is extremely supportive. But the 2 in the middle are kind of the type that don't really talk about taboo things, you know. The AB thing came up in my family, and, you know, they reacted poorly to it, and the other 2 reacted fine. I had one sister, as far as the incontinence thing goes, my youngest sister, we were the last 2 in the house when I was sick, so she got to see a lot of things, and she was around through all my illness. And what I appreciated so much about my little sister, and shout out to you if you ever see this video, Jenna, you're awesome, but the way she reacted and treated me with the incontinence was nothing. It was no different than she'd ever treated me all my life. I would be in my bedroom, at the time I had hospital bed and stuff like that, and she'd just come in, and I'd be in my t-shirt and diaper just sitting in bed, and she'd just hop in the bed and start talking with me and all that stuff. She was just always around, and she didn't care that I wore diapers or that she saw my diaper even. And it's kind of the same way with my oldest sister. She wasn't really in the house when all that was happening, but she was very supportive of it. And another shout out to you if you ever watch this video, Tori. Love you. But they were the 2 that I think stuck out to me the most, is because no matter what I told them about my life, they're always supportive and, you know, wanting me to do what's best for me. And I know this video is getting really long. It's like, I don't know, 10 minutes now, but I just wanted to touch on a few more things, and let's talk about the siblings that don't do so well with it. Most of the time when siblings don't react great to it, or they don't want to talk about it with you ever, or they get weird when you mention it, it's not just the incontinence that's the issue. The two sisters that aren't interested in talking about it ever are the two sisters that I'm not really that close with, which is kind of a bummer to me because I love my sisters and I'd love to be close with them, but they just they know about it. But they were the two that would get really weirded out if they ever saw me in a diaper or anything like that. They just kind of got this weird look and kind of would stay away. And it is kind of a sad thing when a family member reacts that way. But I just did my best to educate them and just kept on going with life and let them see that it's not going to stop me. And look at me now. I am healthy. I'm working. I have a business. Even though it's taking a break, I have a business and everything, and that's what I hope for them to finally come to the realization that incontinence doesn't have to be weird. Diapers don't have to be weird. They aren't weird, it's just a different form of underwear, and I know I say that all the time. But let's talk about extended family. Now, extended family, I don't necessarily think have to know. It's going to come up if you see them a lot. If you're close, like my family was close, we literally got together all the time. And I had several different reactions from family members. Most of them didn't care. We didn't really talk about it. It was just life as normal. I had a couple of people who told me that I was faking incontinence, particularly I don't know, I think my grandmother really she never said it to me, but she did say it to my mother that she kind of thinks I was faking it and everything, and that didn't make me feel good at all because, I tried my hardest to overcome the incontinence and to, become non-incontinent. And, excuse me, that's not possible, and so it made me feel kind of upset that there was that reaction in the family at all. But, my cousins and everything, they didn't all know. I didn't just come out and say, hey, I'm incontinent, I wear diapers. But I didn't hide it particularly. And, there were times when I was in the hospital and in my hospital bed in just a diaper and the gown and everything. And, my aunts were all, really supportive of me through that. So, like you can see, I have in one person's family, there's reactions all across the board. And it doesn't mean that you have to be afraid of those reactions. It means you learn from them and your family learns from them. And like I've said, even at work, I have educated so many people on what incontinence is and what it entails for me, why it happens to different people, the different things that can cause it, the different types. I've had so many conversations about it with people, and that's the important thing, is when anyone has a funky reaction, it's because they don't really understand it. And you have to educate, people about it, and, educate your family so that they know how to react to you and other people that do have incontinence. But anyway, I think this video is finally long enough. I don't know, it's one of my longer videos, and I know you guys don't necessarily want to listen to me ramble on for half hour, even though I could. But you guys, don't be scared to tell your family. It will completely ease your mind once it is out, even if there's not a great reaction to it. Trust me, it changes it for you, and your family will get used to it over time. And I know so many people who hide incontinence in diapers from their family, and I know many of them are, terrified that their family's going to find out because of the way they think they'll react. And it might surprise you how they actually do react, guys. So, don't be afraid to share your story with them and let them know how it happened and why it happens and the type that you have and all that. It helps them understand you. And that's through communication. That's how you learn. So anyway, that's my piece. I'll zip my lip for now because I've rambled on forever. But I want to thank you guys so much for your support in this channel and supporting me through my endeavors. And the fact that you guys watch my videos kind of blows me away. I've reached 2,000 subscribers now. It's taken me 2 years to get to that point, and I'm so excited that I am finally to the 2,000 mark. So you guys have all done that for me, and I love you guys for doing it. And if you like this video, give a like and a share, because you may know somebody out there that's struggling with telling their family and how their family has reacted. So share this video with them, and spread the word about incontinence and how it affects us and families and all that. Anyway guys, until next time, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.